So I'm going to share one of my most embarrassing moments of my life. And it's so funny because I felt like a star. I felt like I was Bon Jovi. I'm going to tell you guys. So my high school, FDR, had a program called the internship. Like you had an opportunity to finish, your last couple of months of school by getting a job. And I actually winded up getting a job at Capitol Records. I was an intern there in the city, but I'll leave that story for another time. All right. So one of the things we did was, the people that were in the internship, the musicians, we had concerts. So they took us to this school in it was somewhere in Flatbush in Brooklyn. Again, just nothing racial, okay? But the school was primarily all African American students, okay? So we did a concert there. Now I was the piano player, and I did my own show, which was just by myself, which I'm about to get into in a moment, which is one of the most embarrassing, if not the most embarrassing moments of my life. But I'll tell you how it started. So first, I was playing the piano, and there was this beautiful, beautiful R&B singer, and she was singing the song Whitney Houston, "I Will Always Love You." And I mean, so I did a little blues solo on the piano. You know how I improvise. I got my jazz and my blues chops on the keyboard on the piano. So the whole place gave me a standing ovation. And I remember the organizer of the concert, who was also the organizer of the internship, was so proud of me. She hugged me, she kissed me. She said, "You are so talented." She goes, "You're the best." So now she said, "Why don't you go out there and do a solo?" You know, so I learned something. You know what they say? You learn from life experience. Okay, well, I learned something the hard way in life, which is you don't play like Bon Jovi, heavy metal, like rock music, to an African American crowd that normally likes hip hop, rap, and R&B. So I went up there and I had the Korg M1. It's a Korg. It's spelled Korg. It's a keyboard. It's called the Korg M1. It was like the top of the line keyboard. So I was able to sequence, I had drums, I had a very loud guitar, bass, and there was a song I wrote. It was very similar to like a Bon Jovi song. Like very similar, to like Living on a Prayer, like Blaze of Glory, Wanted Dead or Alive. I was very big into Bon Jovi. I think it was called, I can't remember, something about, uh, something like Out Here on My Own. I can't remember, but something similar to that. So, I went up to the stage. So I had the microphone and I had my keyboard set up. So once I pressed the play button, in other words, it sounded like a whole band was playing. You heard drums, you heard guitar, you heard bass, and everybody remembered me, the audience from the girl who was singing "I Will Always Love You" by Whitney Houston. So as soon as I walked out on the stage, they gave me another standing ovation. They're like, "Yeah," because I was doing that blues solo, that real gospel jazz blues solo. So they were like all happy and they were like, anticipating my next song, right? So I pressed the start button and you hear like guitars, whap, and like you hear drums, heavy bass, and I'm like, "Out here on my own, come on, I'm never going alone." I was like screaming like a Bon Jovi song, "I don't go down, baby, I don't go down. I'm out here on my own, come on." So at the end of the song, right, I I thought I did good, I was like, "Yeah, baby." I stuck my hands up, It was complete dead silence. And I remember looking at this kid, in the front of the audience. He was literally looking at me like this. Like it was just complete shock. Like it was so silent that you could hear a pin drop. Like there was no applause. There was no reaction. Just everybody was just in complete utter shock. And I remember the organizer was in shock of the concert. She was like, I just like literally, I froze. I didn't know what to do, and she came to me. She's like, "Just leave, get out of here." She's like, She's like, leave. I ran out. I left my keyboard there. They were gonna like lynch me. I thought we were gonna get killed. The whole audience was like, "There's a." So never play rock or heavy metal or anything like that to an R&B hip hop audience. Lesson learned.